Here is a bananas fucking story. You heard this one. This was like early pandemic stuff, okay? Like right at the outset. There was an assassination attempt or something like that on David Ortiz. I think he's Hall of Fame bound, right? Quite possibly the best designated hitter in all of Major League Baseball, but Boston Red Sox great. When he was back in the Dominican Republic, there were reports that he narrowly escaped with his life, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? And now, all of a sudden, there's more information on this one. This headline, okay? And normally when we talk about athletes, it's these bonkers Me Too cases or somebody doing something not nearly as salacious as the media likes to paint it, but... And now we got a thwarted assassination attempt? It's fucking wild, dude. Private investigator hired by David Ortiz says a Dominican drug kingpin jealous of his fame hired a hitman to take out the MLB star in 2019, contradicting local authorities' theory that the shooter mistook Ortiz for someone else. This was late 2019. I thought it was... June 2019, by the way. Sorry, I thought it was later than that. Anyways, that must have been when a lot of the information was trickling out. A Dominican drug lord who envied the popularity of former MLB star David Ortiz reportedly ordered his assassination at a Dominican Republic night spot, according to the private investigator commissioned by Ortiz and headed by former Boston Police Commissioner Edward Davis. Davis's 6-month findings were reported by the Boston Globe on Saturday and refuted claims by prosecutors in the Caribbean island that the shooter confused Ortiz for another person. Davis told the newspaper that Cesar Peralta plotted the botched execution by placing a bounty on the former Boston Red Sox slugger and sanctioning the hit squad to tried to kill him on June 9th, 2019. Yeah, when that was coming out at the same time, it's like, oh, it was a case of mistaken identity. Okay, why would anybody be wanting to shoot somebody who looks like David Ortiz but isn't David Ortiz? Okay, in these poor disheveled countries like the Dominican Republic obviously is, because you hear these botched or successful kidnapping, extortion, execution attempts happen all the fucking time. They're in it for the money. And they're targeting famous people, wealthy people. So the whole, they were going after somebody. They were going after David Ortiz. Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, that shit doesn't fucking sit right. This is obviously somebody was trying to either extort, kidnap, make good on a payment. Maybe David was down there throwing dice and didn't pay up on a bet or something like that. I don't know, maybe something that worse, but something about the initial reporting didn't seem right. Dominican authorities did not cooperate with the private investigation. No way, okay? Oh my God, trying to run an investigation against a noted drug kingpin in a Central American country? Consider me shocked. They have always claimed that the target was meant to be Sixto David Fernandez. Oh, you can see David, right? So it's clearly there. Who was sharing a table with Ortiz when he was shot. Authorities said the hitman confused Fernandez with Ortiz, one of the most popular Dominican ball players ever. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, listen, okay, here's your target. Don't confuse him with one of the most famous people to ever hit their way off of the island. I know it's very, very easy to confuse the two. I accept what Ed and Rick are telling me, but how come no one on the Dominican justice system has told me this is how it went down? They're all paid off, David. You know that, dude. Come on now. Instead, it's the opposite. Ortiz had joined friends at Dial Bar and Lounge for a night out at the capital, Santo Domingo, when the shooter, Rolfi Fiera, approached the group's sidewalk table and fired a shot at Ortiz. Local business owner Eleazar Salvador helped Ortiz into the front passenger seat of a sports car and rushed him to the Albez Gonzalez Clinic. Doctors remove Ortiz's gallbladder and part of his intestines after the shooting, and he underwent further surgery in the United States. Yeah, because there's only so much you can do with band-aids and a couple of fucking dirty scalpels in the Dominican Republic. Video footage shot by a local reporter showed Peralta flanked by a group of men walking outside the hospital's entrance. Another video recorded by the same journalist showed Peralta standing with former major leaguer Nefi Perez in a parking lot. Peralta, who was extradited from Colombia to Puerto Rico in December of 2021, and is being held on unrelated charges of conspiracy to import cocaine and heroin. Unrelated, sure. Has maintained that he was never involved in ordering the hit. I would beg to differ, but whatever. Who's this bitch? Ortiz's spokesperson, Joe Bailaran, told the Boston Globe that Davis's report was withheld for Ortiz's safety until Peralta was in the United States custody. Everything we were turning up was that there was an active hit on David, that someone wanted him eliminated, namely Peralta. Davis told the newspaper Peralta was sitting on millions of dollars in illicit funds and that he had access to, and in Colombian jails are notoriously leaky. No shit. You can run operations out of a Colombian jail that you can't run out of a United States prison. Come on now, you can still fucking run a criminal empire out of a prison system. Let's be fucking honest. We were concerned about it. Peralta distanced himself from the shooting in an audio recording that was leaked on social media several days after the shooter and claimed that he remained at the facility assisting Ortiz's loved ones. Yeah, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. My brother, the great thing is that David is like my brother. My brother. He's my brother, right? You wouldn't kill your brother, right? Of course not. We were neighbors for 4 years. I have never had a woman that was David's. What? Said Peralta, who was 2019 designated a drug kingpin by the Treasury Department. When he comes from over there, he brings me perfume, because he thinks you're a bitch. My gift, my sneakers. Authorities in the Dominican Republic initially said that Ferrara was offered at least $8,000. Fucking whack a multi-millionaire who's on television. Fucking Christ, dude, there's some poor motherfuckers in the DR. Peralta has not been charged in relations to Ortiz's shooting. Peralta's lawyer, Joaquin Perez, said Peralta had nothing to do with the attempt on Ortiz's life. He had nothing to do with it. Okay. And these cartel lawyers, dude, they work on contingency and they get paid very, very, very well. As bad as Cesar Peralta is, it's not even close to being in the ballpark to say he had something to do with this. Listen, he just deals drugs, okay? It's like an inverse of the old fucking Godfather tales. It's like, okay, we just deal in drugs, so we leave the murder to the fucking Dagos. As described, Ortiz and Peralta has close friends. Yeah, exactly. Surveillance footage of the shooting was dissected at MIT, and the investigative team discovered that after Ferrara shot Ortiz in the back, he pointed his weapon at Fernandez's face and pulled the trigger, but the bullet got jammed. Whoa, good timing. Glad he couldn't clean his firearm. He attempted a second time to shoot Fernandez, but couldn't get the shot off before he escaped. Ortiz told the Boston Globe he knew Peralta only casually and that he was sad, confused, angry, and all kinds of emotions when he received the news. Yeah, okay, listen, and some more information that's there. Okay, he shot Ortiz, and then he tried to shoot the intended target. Something tells me the guy who ordered the hit, or he says he didn't, sure thing, wanted everybody at that table dead. But I guess you kind of get what you pay for. Ortiz told the Boston Globe that he knew Peralta only casually. And they said, yeah, sad and whatever. Ortiz would visit some of the high-end nightclubs that were owned by Peralta and would pose for photos with him. Yeah, exactly. A famous guy goes to high-end nightclubs. Pretty standard fucking story. But what about all the perfume you brought him, David? What about that? Ortiz also lived a floor below Peralta in a luxury condominium building and once complained about the loud party held at late hours of the night. He said he decided to move out because it was too obvious there were a lot of weird-looking people going to the building and I wasn't feeling comfortable. Yeah, exactly. A guy who grew up in a Dominican Republic favela thought that there were a bunch of weird-looking people in a high-end condominium. I would trust his interpretation of events. Just saying. It was rumored that Peralta ordered a shooting because Ortiz had a fling with a wife or girlfriend of Peralta, which he denies to the Boston Globe. Oh, that's where this hoe came from. Oh, okay, listen, David, Big Papi, you can do better than some Instagram thought. Let's be fair. And plus, they're like a dime a dozen in the Dominican Republic. Have you seen the asses from those beach shots, my guy? While David appreciates the thoroughness of the report, he awaits further legal action in the Dominican and U.S. courts to bring final clarity and answer for why this happened to him. Yeah, his representative says. 13 people have been charged in relation to Ortiz's shooting and are awaiting trial in the Dominican Republic. I would not want to be a part of that legal system. because the guy with the most money gets the justice. Just saying. Well, to be fair, they're kind of on video camera, so there would be plenty of justice going around. So yeah, I'm unabashedly a big fan of David Ortiz. I was a big fan of the Boston Red Sox during that time, and when I seen this news come across the wire back in, I guess it was 2019. My mistake. Dates get confusing. It was very high profile at the time. So if this ever does go to trial, or if there's further clarification on the situation, I will be covering it, because I think this is a wild turn of events. Not anything that would necessarily be shocking, but just shows the desperation of these and the mental state of some of these drug kingpins that are out there. So the more you know, I guess. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.